Welcome to Agenda Edina, a program summarizing the actions taken at City Hall that affect you most. I'm Dan Carpenter, filling in for Dorothea Marty. The Edina Police Department has ordered its first electric vehicle and will soon test its use for patrol. Earlier this month, the City Council approved the purchase of one Ford Mustang Mach-E fully electric vehicle from Hibbing Ford. A charging station will be added to the police department's garage to power the squad car.
I'm down in our garage here at the Edina Police Department. They're all gas vehicles. I foresee someday there'll be all electric vehicles down here. And I think that's great. We're reducing our carbon footprint. We're not burning that fossil fuel. We're doing our part what we can here in Edina.
The new squad car is expected to be in service sometime this summer. In response to recent redistricting, the city's clerk's office is working to adjust precinct boundaries and make changes to polling places. Redistricting is the process that occurs every 10 years after the U.S. Census is taken. District boundaries are redrawn to ensure equal representation. This includes congressional, state legislative, city, county, soil, and water conservation districts, hospital districts, school districts, and more. In mid-February, a panel from the Minnesota Judicial Branch released its redistricting plan. The biggest change for Edina is that most residents are now in House Districts 46B and 50A, instead of 49A and 49B.
Just about every voter will be impacted where their polling place will be, and those voters will be notified by Hennepin County in July where their polling place is. In addition to that, we will be doing news articles, posting the approved map once it is approved by the City Council on March 22nd, and we'll also be posting that map on our website.
The city is responsible for redrawing precinct boundaries that are impacted. In Edina, precincts 3, 8, 9, and 14 are impacted. Allison is also working to bring total voters in each precinct in sync with the Secretary of State's recommendation of 2,000 per voting spot and eliminating polling places that are too small, too hot in August, or where the layout does not function properly.
Saving money is also one of the reasons why we made these changes. We'll have fewer election judges and fewer election judges than to train and to pay on election day, so in managing fewer polling places and also fewer voting equipment as a result.
The city clerk's office will finish its work this month. Hennepin County will notify all registered voters of their polling place when the process is complete. All new boundaries go into effect for the state primary election August 9th. City residents impacted by COVID-19 now have a simple way to access food and rental assistance. In February, the City Council approved using federal funding for vital programs that keep people fed and housed. Edina TV tells us more about the assistance now available through the social services organization Volunteers Enlisted to Assist People, or VEAP.
This is the pace needed to feed thousands of families. Important work by volunteers at VEAP's food pantry in Bloomington that hasn't slowed since the start of the pandemic.
Our volunteers process all the food. They kind of set it all up for the carts to come through.
Over the past 2 years, 3,085 Edina residents have received food and household supplies through VEAP.
People are taking care of people.
And the orders keep coming.
You are going to hear that. The pandemic's over, the economy is back, but the people that we traditionally serve, those people living on low and fixed incomes, people working really hard but in low-income jobs, seniors and people with disabilities living on fixed incomes, they are the people that will experience the economic impact of this pandemic far longer.
For Edina resident Rosa Alicia Ibarra Velasco, her husband and newborn daughter, and 3 sons, the past 2 years have held unique challenges.
The pandemic really impacted us in a really difficult way. I was pregnant at the time and my husband wasn't working.
After burning through savings to pay the rent, she turned to VEAP for help.
So we were really scared. We didn't know if we could ask for help. We didn't know if it was available to us. And, we were just in a really frightened spot, specifically because we had our kids and we didn't want to lose our home.
She applied for and received rental assistance and started taking home groceries twice a month. Help that allowed her to stretch a fixed income to pay for the increasing cost of day-to-day life in Minnesota. The Edina City Council supported both programs with American Rescue Plan Act funding in February.
You have to meet a certain income threshold, and you have to demonstrate that you have a lease and that you have not been able to pay the rent. The landlord does become involved. It is to keep the landlord whole during these challenging times.
The rental assistance program is temporary, but for those who qualify, the impact on one family can be substantial.
Without a doubt, if we hadn't gotten this assistance, we would have definitively had to leave our home and likely would have had to have left the city.
Since March of 2020, VEAP has distributed close to $1 million in rental and utility assistance to Edina residents, helping 514 households.
It takes a lot of courage to pick up the phone and call for help, but that is what we are here for. We have some amazing staff who want to talk to anybody who needs that support.
Vital programs, keeping families smiling, while the far-reaching impact of the pandemic weigh on household budgets. I'm Dan Carpenter for Edina TV.
For more information about the food and rental assistance programs, visit veap.org or call 952-888-9616, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. The City of Edina continues to closely monitor the spread of the novel coronavirus and related variants in an effort to keep those who live and work here up to date about COVID-19. Please visit edinamn.gov/coronavirus for the latest updates, or sign up to receive City Extra emails or text messages. Thank you for watching this episode of Agenda Edina. I'm your guest host, Dan Carpenter.